How has your journey transformed from the first day to now? Because many guys cannot have that staying power.
I'm the kind of person who I cannot do something that has been done by someone else.
So what is your purpose of life?
My biggest purpose is to change the Kenyan music industry, to just make it better, just to look for someone who can turn things around and make it bigger than it is.
What is the craziest thing you have ever done?
I burnt the house.
Which house?
When we were kids, I burnt the house. I was a crazy kid. I burnt the house. I'm serious.
How do you stay? How do you stay young? What have you managed to stay young?
First of all, I'm a fitness freak. Yes. I'm very, very fit. Yeah. I eat very well. Yeah. And I don't stress at all. Nothing stresses me, even all the insults on Twitter. Nothing can stress me.
Completely?
Completely, yeah.
Manzi, uko freshi,
Allah,
manyake,
all sizes.
So who is your favorite musician, favorite lyrics? Kenyan music, lyrics. Who wrote the best lyrics for you?
Me, the person who writes the best lyrics till today.
Yes.
And I sing them every day. Even if you go online, you'll see them. The one I'm going to post very soon. Writing.
Yeah.
Bien.
Bien miso.
Yes. Sio nini?
Gani?
Wamulambes.
Wamnyonye. Welcome to the episode of History Makers. On this episode, we are with one and only DJ Pinye, the only legend, the guy who has been turning tables, the guy on the vinyl, the guy on the wax. Pinye, how are you, bro?
Very fine.
Hi, but you've not been. I've not. You always hibernate and reappear.
And young as ever. I'm like that. I'm an introvert, so
yeah.
When I'm out, it's outside my comfort zone. Otherwise, if I had the choice, you'd never see me.
The Dex is the one who does the pick.
Yes, talking. Yes, I have to go and entertain, so it's a career I chose, so I have no choice.
Tell me, Pinye, the DJing industry has gone through very hard times, and now sometimes there was a time the DJ was the biggest industry in Kenya.
Yeah.
And after we see that, apart from your generation DJ, Adrian, you and John Rabah, there was a lull. What happened? Why do you have these shifts?
Oh, the DJs have increased.
But the level of the magnitude of performance or the recognizability.
You see, the DJs are very many. You see, and also technology doesn't also
improve.
Favor.
Yes.
Doesn't favor.
Yeah.
Technology has improved to a point where my sister can mix without doing anything. So all she has to do is just choose the songs and put them how she wants to put them, and the thing does for you everything, and the thing mixes. As we learned the analog way, you have to, cue the song, needle, side, the computer is doing everything. So anybody, even a kid in standard 7, 8, can mix. If they know music, they just put their songs together, they put them in these softwares. There are so many softwares. So because of that, you can imagine what has happened. I don't know whether I should give these stories. What has happened is you find someone going to charge for a wedding or something, someone is charging 5,000. And they're coming with their own transport, and you see the problem with that is you've not spent any, you've not invested anything. Yes. As we used to buy records, you've invested so much. Yes. So you cannot charge. There's a rate you can charge, but now I'm telling you, even you yourself, if you can, even you can mix. If I give you something here, the softwares, there are so many. It will sync for you everything. You choose which songs you like, and then all you just do is just move the fader, and they mix clean. So now, because of that, I mean, what's the end result?
That's why we have a major.
Yeah, because there are DJs everywhere. So now I'm very fortunate. I'm not in this. I started early.
Yes.
It's very hard to anybody who is doing well and succeeding now. Those ones, hats off.
Genius.
Yes, because now you have to. It's a lot. You have to do a lot now, and obviously, social media is also helping them. You know, you can create your own fan base on social media.
You came up with the beat.
Yes.
There was an uproar.
Yes.
Some artists, because you look for quality.
Yes.
And
that story will never die clearly.
Yeah, but because of the quality of music was wanting. Most of the studios didn't have mastering capability.
Yes.
And now many artists felt like we are not giving them a chance.
Yes.
Yet the Kenyan music, there were very few artists or studios or labels who could produce quality music.
Yes.
So what is the problem with Kenyan music through the years?
Those are the questions that land me into a lot of trouble. Problem, I don't know where to even start. You need to ask me that question again, so I have to choose my words very carefully. Because these are things that land me into a lot of trouble. Huh?
You see? Quality of Kenyan music.
Yes.
And then what is the problem?
So
yeah.
Let me just focus now currently, right?
Yes, yeah.
So let me see who I can name, so I don't get into trouble. So currently, like let's say the Sauti.
So.
In fact, I don't want to focus on Sauti. So let's focus on, let's say the best person to focus on is like the Nikita.
Yes, Kering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nikita comes, young girl, and does this beautiful song, and the song blows up, right? So what is supposed to happen is other people will get inspired by her. Let's talk about the females. They'll get inspired by her because she's done this song, it's doing very well. So let me now come and do something like her. Now the biggest problem is there's another 19-year-old or whatever, 17, even younger, who wants to do what Nikita is doing. Where does she go?
Nowhere.
There's nowhere to go.
Nowhere.
There's no structure.
Yes.
So our biggest problem is the structure. There's no structure where, you know, people will come, labels, you know, they sign you, whatever. You know, and before, when everything started, we started with labels.
Of course. Yes.
Ogopa, Caliph, like that. Then eventually, now it became now, I'll call it, everybody now is independent.
Yes.
But now if you're independent now, why I got into trouble is because now when everybody's independent, you're doing your own music and trying to get it out there to be played, you become very sensitive when it's rejected. Because you're struggling by yourself to do this thing. You know, there's a day someone came and when we were doing the beat, and they told me, listen, he gave me the song. I said, this song doesn't qualify to play here. Then he tells me, I remember this guy, he tells me, I've come, my whole estate, the whole block where I live, he has told me this is a very serious song. How can you tell me that this song is not good? I told him, because I'm not playing for your estate, I'm playing for the whole country. And he was so upset.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So people need, like, there needs to be a direction. People to realize. And the thing now, which becomes now very unfortunate until now today, with the current music and everything, because of now people just learning, because you know there's no like book. You're looking at what other people are doing and then you start doing. The problem now is, what now frustrates me the most is people do music for Kenya only. And yet there's the internet where you see like now all these, what are they called? Streaming, the way artists are streaming. If you
there
go
are many
look,
companies streaming companies.
Yeah, but if you go look at the numbers, even the ones, there are even those ones who have, who stream on iTunes, the big ones, if you go look at the views, like on Spotify, you understand? It's not money at all. Even 1 million views, a million streams, it's not money. So you need to go back and sit down, how can I get even 40 million streams? That's when you know you're making money. So that should be, is supposed to make you work harder to do a song that will now attract outside our borders.
Like what Nameless used to do, what Nameless does.
Yes, you see, even
that you're in.
Yes, you try and do a song that will, because it's the internet now. The world is so small.
Yeah.
You can just do some research and see how you can make a song. Just keep trying until you'll break out eventually. But here for Kenyans, I don't think.
And that's why Gengeton is huge then.
You see,
yeah.
But you see, Gengeton, can you play Gengeton outside?
No,
you can't. That's my issue, me.
Yes.
You see, that's the now misunderstanding.
Yes.
I want you to do a song that can play even in South Africa. You can't play Gengeton in South Africa.
You can't.
Even in Nigeria.
You can't.
You see?
Yeah.
So you need to research and see what kind of song can I do that can cross the borders.
And so, across the years, among the Kenyan artists, who do you think had that mental capability to do music which transcends one, borders, two, generations, and three, who has it?
Because you see, the problem is, even the bigger artists, the Namelesses and all those guys, eventually now you see the problem is this label thing disappeared.
Yeah.
So you're left on your own.
Yeah.
So do you have time to mentor?
Nope.
It's difficult. It's very difficult to mentor if by yourself, especially if you're also now left by yourself. So I'm the one who's doing everything, as in from studio all the way to the production and videos, and now to consumer to buy. So there were so many who could have done that, but now there was no structure.
But we tried to have structure, Pinye. Remember that when Caliph tried, guys walked out.
Yeah, but now you see
guys walked out.
Yeah, but now you see that's the biggest thing that happened right there.
Yes.
And maybe if you talk to people like those, the Ogopas and the Caliphs, and they tell you what happened, for them now to stop doing what they were doing, it all comes back to the musician.
And dissatisfaction.
So either people did not want to listen or did not want to follow those instructions. Now you're left on your own, which is harder.
So it's crazy how a Kenyan industry is. We won a few awards.
Yes.
Is there any chance that we move forward?
Awards where? Winning awards where?
In international market. International.
Right now, something serious really needs to happen. And you see what has happened. I meet artists, even the young ones, 20, 22, 20, very young.
Yeah.
But now, me, I'm an old guy.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
These young guys, they don't want to work.
Huh?
They don't want to work. It's shortcuts. It's shortcuts all the way.
So
someone needs to come. Someone needs to come, and I hate saying this. Someone needs to come like a diamond. Here locally and do what Diamond is doing, then people realize, then they see the work ethic. Because if you ask me if I know anybody, because I know him personally, work ethic, any artist here who has work ethic,
like that?
Close like Diamond,
None.
There's no one.
None.
There's no one.
None.
You see?
Yeah.
Then why are we complaining? It means you don't want to work. The work ethic is ridiculous.
Guys don't just show up, others don't show up during the event.
It's shortcuts. No, discipline. This thing, you need to be disciplined. If you want to change your country, you need to be disciplined.
So, do you think that the younger generation of artists need more mentorship?
That's the magic word. That's the magic word.
But where do they get it from?
Now people like us not giving up, and now not giving up on them and saying that listen and look for just one person. Because I keep on looking. When I met another lady the other day, and I will tell you about her. Yeah. And she even asked me, well, why don't you want to give up? Why do you keep on doing? Because she's very talented. Yes. And I told her, when I look at her, I can see exactly if you do like what I would want you to do. I can see exactly how your life will be in the next 5 years. Yeah. And she got confused. She asked me, and I was wondering why she asked me that question. And I until today I've not answered her. I'll show you. She asked me, why don't you give up in doing this thing? If I don't do, who will? If there's nobody else doing it, I'm not giving up. So I keep on trying to look for these young ones, especially the younger ones, because it's easier to mentor a younger person.
Older ones,
the older one, because we'll keep on fighting. So someone needs to really step up and decide to do this thing, because unfortunately now everybody is just short term. Now this thing needs to be thought about long term.
Do we need Do we need seminars where we can put guys in together, sponsored by either the state?
Yes, and bring even other people from outside to come and talk. So you can see the process. What you need to see is the process, not one photo on Instagram. Or not one photo or video which is taken for seconds and you don't know what you don't know what this person has been doing. People need to see that there's a process.
It's not growth.
Yes, it's a process. And you see, it's so unfortunate because I tell these young guys, you see, me, I grew up in the generation where you write a letter,
yes,
I lick it, and it takes 7 days,
yes,
and I wait, it comes back.
Yeah.
Now it's a WhatsApp message, instant. So
you don't even need to write a whole word.
Yeah. Yes, there's all these emojis.
You just say emoji and it goes.
So you see, because of being brought up like that, you can't really blame them. Huh?
Yeah, you can't.
Because it's very quick.
Yeah.
Everything happens very quick.
Generation Z is crazy.
You see, it's crazy. So now, when it comes to now again, this is a different thing. The rules are the same. There's no shortcut.
That is okay. And then
shortcut.
I think also we talked about the DJing. Let's take a journey personally. Many people see DJ Pinye as the biggest DJ Kenya has ever produced, along with Adrian, John Rabah. On the other side of the divide, of course, there were the reggae DJs, of course. Papa Lefty was there, and King Monday was there. And then the Florida DJs, Cariz, DJ Babs.
Yes.
So how has your journey transformed from the first day to now? Because many guys cannot have that staying power.
Oh, to remain relevant.
Yes.
So, for me,
yes,
maybe what I would say about me,
yes,
I am the kind of person who I cannot do something that has been done by someone else.
What do you mean?
Till today.
Yes.
Till today. So like I'm having a party on the 29th.
Yes.
I have to do something that has never been done before. I cannot, if then you copy me, but I look for something else. So that's what now made me, every time I was looking for something. And I remember I started when there was no one. Yes. So it was difficult, yes, but not so hard because there are not a million or one DJs like now.
Yes.
So I think of something, I start, I do. Other people start doing it, I move on to something else like that.
Yeah.
You see, because like, for example, even like how the beat was created was like this. I'm DJing, I'm 30-something.
Yes.
DJs are becoming many.
Yes.
Akina Styles, taller than me,
yes,
good looking.
Yes.
I realized, I can't.
Yes.
I can't, because now I'm growing older, these ones are younger with so much energy.
Yes.
So I said, let me do something different. So let me start a TV show.
Yes.
Like that. So everything in my life, I have to change. I have to do something that has not been done. So for me, that's why I can say maybe I'm still here till today.
Yeah, because you remember that the wave of Codred came, fizzled out. Homeboys is there, then it moves into production, but the DJing beat, rarely do I say, it's the other day I saw John coming back to DJ, but not so much. But DJ Pinye is a mainstay, and Adrian, let's say that. So, yeah.
For us now, I'll be very honest.
Yeah.
For me, I retired at some point.
And?
I retired. Yeah. When I turned 45, I retired.
Yeah.
But now, when COVID hit, I realized there was a gap. Everybody was at home.
Yes.
That's how we came back.
Or Sunday cruise.
Yes, that's how now we said, let's just go online and see what happens because everybody's at home.
Yeah.
And it became so huge.
Yes.
And since me, to be very honest, I don't like DJing at all.
You don't like?
No.
What do you mean
I
you
don't
like
like
DJing
it
and you've done it for your whole life?
I don't like it at all. I would never change it, but I don't like it at all.
So why did you then become a DJ?
Because I love music. I love music so much. But the environment now is what I do. The environment of DJing is what now is tricky for me.
What is that environment?
The environment is,
yes.
I'm going to get into trouble and saying these things. So the environment is, let me use like my friends. So let's say I'm going to play somewhere.
Yeah.
So I pick up my friends and we go out.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I leave them,
yes.
Then I go and work. When I come back,
I
don't meet the same people.
Okay. What do you mean you don't meet the same people?
See, I've come with them.
Yes.
I've left them in this table.
Yes.
I go and I play.
I
play for an hour, 2 hours, whatever. When I come back, I find out I don't know these people.
Many more guys have joined.
No. Yeah. The same people, I don't know them.
What are you saying? You don't know them, but they're friends.
But they were all the time I was playing, they were consuming some things that have changed them.
And your teetotaler.
Yes. So it becomes now difficult. That environment I can't handle.
So you just say this
it's not the
is
same
crazy.
people. So it becomes difficult. I can't fit in. People are shouting. You know,
They were fighting. Others are fighting.
Yeah, okay. When am I going home?
Then you just say,
Yeah. So I love doing it, but immediately now I finish, I have to go. I can't hang out. Because the
how
person
did you
I
keep
came
off
with,
alcohol, by the way? Because it's the most.
that's a very interesting story.
How did you?
It's very interesting. I wanted to prove someone wrong.
Who were you trying to prove wrong?
My mom. My mom.
So you never drank at all?
No, I've never drunk at all.
So she was saying you'd fall into that.
Yeah, when I was a kid, there are these good boys I used to hang out with.
Yes.
So she just used to say, did you?
Tangia.
I'm 100% sure.
You'd get into this.
Yeah, you know how you're a small boy,
Yeah.
very small,
Yeah.
11 years old, you're
Yeah.
following all these older guys, you know,
Yes.
they smell smoking.
Yes, they're doing all
you know,
the shit they want
in
to
the
do.
estate, yeah. So I said, okay, I'll prove to you that I can hang out with them and not do anything.
Until today,
Yeah.
how did you handle women? You're not married at this time, and you know DJ is a magnet.
See, that's why I told you I can't go back to that table, I have to go back home. I have to go back to that. I have to go back home.
Huh?
And remember me, I remember when you're sober.
Yes.
I mean, and I'm very disciplined. Huh?
Yes.
Very disciplined. So
Yeah.
when you're sober,
You can't move into.
you can't convince me to do anything I don't want to do. I can't say that, oh, I was drunk. Yes, I don't know what happened. I'm always sober.
Chief,
What are you gonna tell me?
no Slake will confuse you.
No.
No Slake will just checked in and said, Pinye, you know what?
No.
Upkeep.
No. No.
Huh?
No. No.
And so, you're turning 51.
Yes.
So you've always said that we wanted you to give advice to married people. You said, but you're not married.
Yes, I'm not married.
Is it by choice or is it white?
Yeah, it's by choice. That's the only department I say very proudly.
Yes.
Very proudly.
Yes.
That I failed. Because I never you'll never hear me using that word, that I failed. You'll never
Why
hear.
have failed how?
I failed in that department.
What do you say when you failed in that department?
I failed. I made a mistake. What do you call it? There's something I said the other day in an interview. When in this office,
Yes.
we call it the office, the club.
Yes.
In this office, the only person who remains and who grows older is the DJ.
True.
Everybody else remains the same age.
Yes. Because the older ones
They
disappeared.
leave, the others come in.
in, yeah.
So me, because I was very passionate about it, and I loved it so much.
Yeah.
So 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I just I was dating the same age.
Oh. So they were not growing, they were just in the same level.
I was dating the same age, which is impossible because I'm growing older, so I'm getting mature.
Yes.
So the younger ones want to come and have fun.
Yeah.
They don't want to settle down.
Yes.
So the ones who have come and go, they want to settle down. Maybe I would have ended up with some of them. They've gone. They've come, they've
gone.
and they've left me still there,
You-
busy body here, turning tables.
Turning tables.
Yeah. The next thing, everyone has gone.
Yeah.
Everybody has gotten married. I'm
And
left alone.
you're back, you're in the club.
I'm still in the club with young people.
But so you decided now, me, this and me, or?
Yeah. So I've tried dating.
Yes.
But it's and you see, I'm saying it very proudly.
Yes.
I failed because you see, I'm the kind of person, everything I do in my life I have to do 100%, even more. But in that part, I couldn't do. It's not fair because I'm not going to give 100%. So there's no point of entering something that you know you're not going to give it 100%.
So you're cool with it.
So I'm very cool with it, yeah.
But remember, Jonjo married at 50. Remember that.
I had that the other day. I had
Jonjo
that
married
the
at
other day.
50.
I
So
had
you
that
never
the
say
other
never.
day. Yeah.
And there are very many people who've married at 50, 52, 55. I can name like 5.
No problem, good for them. But me, I already know, like for me, I already know like what my purpose is. And we discussed about one of it just now.
Yeah.
So because I'm very passionate about that, it's very difficult for me to combine the two. But since I will only say never. So
Never
since you're
say
saying
never,
I never say
Pinye.
never, yeah. If
We're in this
someone-
world together.
Yeah, we're in this world together. So
And
maybe one day.
maybe one day, if things change.
One day things change.
Kids,
No, I don't have.
you don't want.
I don't have. I don't have.
There's only one thing which is always, you've always been very passionate about your brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is he doing? How did that reveal life to you?
Which brother? Are you
The
sure you
one-
want to ask that question? Which brother?
You know the brother I'm talking about. You know your friends, Pinye.
Which one?
The only
Because-
brother.
You know, I have. We are 4 boys, 1 girl.
Yes.
There's my firstborn,
Yes.
passed away,
Yes.
and there's my last one,
Yes. The one who
disabled.
was unwell.
Disabled, yeah,
yes.
passed away
Yes.
also.
The disabled one.
Yeah, passed away also.
That one passed away.
Yeah, passed away.
The one you are taking care of.
Passed away.
Oh,
Yeah, he passed away.
But how was your relationship with him? How does that
You see-
change your perspective?
You see now, oh, you want to go there?
Yeah.
So this is what happened. My mom
Yeah.
used to take care of this boy.
Yeah.
So I was never interested. Okay.
Yeah.
I was never interested in whatever, because he has a cerebral palsy.
Yes.
So he was sick, and I wasn't involved in taking care of him.
Yeah.
Then now from nowhere, you know how life happens. My mom passes.
That's so now.
Yeah. So when my mom passes on, I come here asking, so now what is mommy doing? You know.
Yeah.
And I found it a bit even arrogant. You know, what is mommy doing? Whatever. We could not take care of him.
Wow.
As in, we could not take care of him. It was next to impossible. So we had to hire nurses.
Yeah.
So what now? The wake up call for me was, I asked myself, she's taken care of this boy for 30 years, over 30 years, without a scratch, even, you know, taking care of him.
Yes.
And as we've come, we're trying to do it. We're messing up, you know.
Yeah.
So it made me. Now I came to realize. Now, you know, my mom didn't have any life.
Completely.
She had no life. She spent all her time taking care of this boy. No friends, no nothing.
Yeah.
So now when you think about those things, you know, they made me feel so sad.
Yeah.
Because if I knew, you know, you would have done more to help, you know. And for me, it was a wake-up call. And that's why I decided after that, I'll never take anything for granted, you know, especially with people who have disabled kids.
You are very,
You know.
you always champion disabled right a lot.
Yes.
You are part of
Yes.
Daddy Owen's Malaika.
It
You
was
helped-
Bona.
Bon-
Yes, Bona.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why, in fact, he released that song, that's a whole story on its own.
Yes.
He was supposed to release that song by me. He was not going to release it.
Yeah.
Because my mom had just died.
Oh.
My mom had just died, and then I was given the album,
Yeah.
and I stumbled upon the song. And then when I listened to the song, I listened to the words. I started crying because now my mom had just died, and I had now the verse what they're talking about, you know.
Yeah.
So I went and I told Owen, "What is your next single?" That time I used to be very, very harsh.
Yes.
I asked him, "What's your next single?" He told me there's a song called Duster
Yes.
that I'm planning to release with Danko. I told him, "Listen, forget about releasing these high tempo songs. Why can't you release a slow song?"
Yeah.
He told me I can't release a slow song.
Because that's a different song about Daddy Owen's catalog.
Yeah, all the songs were uko,
high tempo,
high tempo. So I
yes.
told him you can't.
BPM.
So we
yeah,
had a
true.
fight.
Yeah.
We had a serious fight, and I
Yeah.
told him, "Listen, if you're not gonna release this song, I'm not playing any other song of yours on my show."
Yes.
And I even contributed now
produce
for him to produce that song.
Yeah.
And what was so shocking for him now,
Yeah.
it became the biggest song,
Yeah, to him,
and he
yes.
got even a deal out of it. He got an endorsement deal out of the song, you know.
But
know.
Pinye, you are very close to your mom. You remember, very close to your family.
I wasn't. That's the worst part. I wasn't close to her. That's why I'm saying I felt so bad when she died.
After, yeah.
Yeah. So at least I had made up with her, because you see, I had not talked to her for so long. I never used to talk to her.
Why?
We were not close. Because I just hated her. From a teenager, I just hated her. You know, teenagers. You know, just being mean. I'm rude to you, whatever. So we're not close.
Yeah.
So fortunately, we before she died, we became close. We made up and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, and we were very close. But I still didn't. I was focusing on her. I was not focusing on my brother, because that's her work. She's been doing it all her life. So I don't think like it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So when she passes on, it's a shock.
Then there's a whole vacuum.
We are left there now wondering, what are we gonna do with this boy?
Wow.
Because he has to be fed. He can't walk, you know.
Yeah.
So I said, this is. It was for me. It was a wake up call completely.
And your elder bro? Is it?
My elder bro now passed on
recently. Yeah.
It was sudden.
Sudden.
It was a sudden death.
Oh, so you remain with the sis only now?
So I have my sister and another. We are 3 boys. Now we're 4 boys, 1 girl. So I have another younger brother and a younger sister.
Okay.
So we are 3 now.
It's very interesting that the way things shape our lives and destiny is crazy.
Because like for me, like everything used to be all about me.
Then all of a sudden you realize, what?
So you just change completely.
But the younger brother and your sister, you guys are cool.
They're
now.
cool completely.
Totally taking care. Your
cool.
siblings had kids. You taking care of?
No one has kids. Our family, no one has kids.
No one has kids.
Yeah, my dad, you know, as in no one can call him grandfather. He kept on like my dad would ask me, so what's happening? I said, ask your other kids. You don't have any hope for me. You're not going to get anything from me. So ask your other children whether they're interested. He's just there now. But he gave up.
He gave up?
I think he's given up. He's given up. He's in here. There are no grandchildren.
And even your sis?
No one has.
Your sis will might. You will
No one has. No one has. No one has.
Hey. So, let's get back to a bit of this, your birthday, your 51st birthday.
Yes.
It's a big deal. It's in Carnival.
It's very, for me, let me tell you, to be very honest, what is so emotional about that, why I'm making noise about that 51, is because ever since now COVID, I've known like more than 25 people who have died.
Wow.
People of my age, even some younger.
Yeah.
Because of stress, you know.
Yeah.
So for me, I just, you know, the fact that I'm growing old, I'm still here. I become very emotional when I'm talking about that, because people I know are not here. People I grew up with, they're gone.
Yeah. I saw a couple of guys, you know, if you go to the timelines, it's very crazy nowadays. People are just passing on.
Yeah, everyone is just dying, especially now with this COVID and all that. You know. So for me, it's just fortunate that you can wake up. You know, you don't take it seriously. That we are alive, we are talking.
Yeah, we don't take it.
You know, we take it for granted. Yet every day people are dying.
So it's at Carnival?
It's at Carnival. I'm celebrating. So what I've done, because again I like doing different things. So we're going to do a musical journey from my perspective. Yes. So from when I was a kid to whatever, and I've gotten the DJs now who are going to tell that story.
Who are there? Who are the DJs?
The DJs.
Yeah.
So there's
Ninjo?
No, there's no DJs. The DJs. So listen to this story. Okay, very interesting. I did it just now, where I've come from. So in 1988.
Yes.
This is all I'm going to tell you, then the rest you wait and see. So in 1988, I got an ID. I was 18.
Yeah.
And I always used to hear Carnival. So as an 18-year-old, I have an ID, no one can stop me.
Yes.
So I remember we took a matatu, and we, at night,
Langata,
and we walked to Carnival.
Yeah.
And I walked in Carnival, and I couldn't, it was everything, you know, more than even I had expected, because people, they're just talking about, you know, disco lights, everything, you know. So when I was standing there, I obviously look around and I see the DJs playing.
Yeah.
And there were 3. There was a guy called Ian. Yes. Another one called Tony. Yes. And his brother Babs.
DJ Babs.
DJ Babs. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So Babs is the first person I've chosen. Yes. To represent that journey. So we're going past, present, future. Okay, past is not a good word, but we're going from back then till today. Yeah. So it starts with Babs. Yeah. The rest, can I just leave it as a surprise? And I like the rest. The journey. The rest now you'll see who are going to represent all this. A DJ representing, you know, the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000 until now. I've gotten all, even the young ones.
When you walked into Carnival that day, was Aila there?
No, it wasn't there. I don't even know. I should ask him, because he's still there. I don't know there was there. This is 1988. I'll never forget that.
Because Aila?
Because I had an ID.
Okay.
And I was very impressed, and I went and sat down next to the DJ, and I remember even, I remember even the songs that were being played. Crazy.
So what is your purpose of life?
My purpose is to make a very big difference, and like I've said, we've touched on it a bit. I might look like I'm quiet, I'm not doing anything, but my biggest purpose is to change the Kenyan music industry, to just make it better. Just to look for someone who can turn things around and make it bigger than it is.
Beyond music?
I'm really. It's just that, you know, I do a lot of things behind the scenes, but there are things I'm working on even now, just to see how it can work. Because, like I said, the world has become so small. Internet.
Through the years, who has been the most talented Kenyan artist you've worked with?
Most talented that
Yes.
I've worked with.
Yes.
Does it have to be worked with or that I know?
That you
I've
know.
not
Let's
worked
put it, you know.
with, right?
Yes.
That I know.
Yeah.
The most talented artists that I know are the ones who are relevant till today.
Who?
I can only think of one. Sauti Sol. You know, there's Sauti Sol. There's also Nameless.
Yes.
The
The list is getting thin now.
I'm trying to think. As in the ones I know that I know what they do behind the scenes, what I was talking about, work ethic.
Yes.
Who else can I say? Ooh. I don't know.
So who is your favorite DJ then?
Oh, DJ.
Yes.
Oh, so
The DJ is DJ.
I was asked that question the other day, right?
Yeah.
And it was a very easy answer.
Yes.
I did not even think about it for so long.
Who?
So there are two.
Yeah.
So this is the problem I have.
Yeah.
The problem I have
Yeah.
is going club to club
Yeah.
and hearing the same music. So I like being surprised.
Yes.
As in, I like somewhere I can go and someone plays this one, I say,
Say,
yeah.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not to go where everybody's playing the same thing. So the one person that shocks me completely, number one is exclusive.
True.
And this is the reason.
Yeah.
This is the reason.
Yeah.
I'll be somewhere, even in maybe an hour and a half,
Yeah.
and he'll play everything, which I can't even do that. As in, he'll come do Lingala, go to a 90s slow song,
Yes.
whatever like that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. So I'm very impressed with that.
Yes.
And the other one is Fully Focused.
Fully Focused.
Yes.
Exclusive. I agree. Fully Focused. I've not listened to him that
Yeah,
much, but
Fully Focused also is Fully Focused. Now what I love about him is this thing of DJing and you're telling a story as you're DJing. You're telling a story. As you're playing the music, you're telling a story with the music that you're playing. I love it. Those are the only two I can mention.
So, do you think that the DJing future is bright by the standards with this proliferation of?
I don't know. With all this technology,
Yes.
I don't know. Ningumu, I don't know.
Ningumu. So people
Yeah,
might be.
it takes. You have to be very. You have to be very ambitious
To make it.
because now you see what people are doing. It's shortcuts. I'll go look for a scandal online so I can get numbers.
Yeah.
And then, by the way, I also DJ, like that.
Thank you, DJ Pinye, for coming in.
We're done.
We are done. Thank you, Pinye. You don't have scandals, at least.
I don't. You can't catch me in any scandal. Like I told you, always sober.
Eh?
How is a
Stay
sober person
sober.
going to get into scandal?
There's no one who Ngumu.
Ningumu.
Thank you, Pinye. Thank you, brother. Thank you for coming, man. You heard it from one and only DJ Pinye, the gentleman who has been around the corner for some time, the guy who was given us the best mixes of music, the wax, the needle, the lyrics, and the guy who actually invented one of the biggest programs, The Beats. Now he's here, he's talking about his 51st birthday and the history of Kenyan music and DJing, only on KTN News, on your favorite show, The History Makers.